Hello everybody. It's a beautiful day today. I'd like to talk to you today about the Naturehike Mongar. There's a series of those tents. I think there's 1, 2, and 3 person versions available, and they're also available in different materials. The particular one I'm going to show you today is a 3-person tent that's made out of polyester. These tents originate in China. They're double wall tents. I don't know that they've ever been made in Dyneema, but I do know they are available in polyester and nylon. I don't know if it's silicone treated nylon. I don't know. My version is polyester, so I don't know if they seam seal it or they tape it or they do what. Polyester, yes, they do. They do tape it. Anyways, like I said, 210T nylon and then 15D Oxford B3 mesh for the inner. The particular one I have it looks like it's white, although they call it gray. It's rated. The fly is rated for 2,000 to 3,000 millimeter. And it's a 3-season tent. So let's go outside. Let's have a look at it. I'll set it up for you, and I'll go over some of the, I don't know, the major points with it. There's not a lot to talk about with this tent. It's one thing you're going to notice, and I'll probably mention this again, is that it looks conspicuously like an MSR tent. Anyways, come on with me. Let's go outside and enjoy some sunshine. Okay, so here it is set up. Again, like I had mentioned earlier, this is the Mongar 3. It is a 3-person tent made by Naturehike. Some of the stats on it, I'll just give you what I have here from the web. It's made of 210T polyester. The inner tent is B3 mesh. This is from their website. The bottom tent, which I assume is, oh, okay, bottom tent? Anyway, 150D Oxford cloth. I assume that's the flooring. Poles are 7001 aluminum. This tent literally weighs close to 7 pounds, 3.6 kilograms. Oh, geez, actually more than that, close to 8.5. There are other versions of Naturehike Mongar tents that are lighter. There's a two-person tent, 15D nylon, that actually only weighs about 4.5 pounds. And they're all quite great tents. But having gone through the stats here, I mean, let's not automatically assume that weight is everything. Yes, I get it. We're all we all love to be light. But this isn't really a tent that appeals to that market. This tent is very heavy, obviously, but I have had this tent out a number of times, and I got to tell you, it's never let me down. This tent has never let me down. It is really affordable, really cheap to buy. I think I paid $220. I might have paid another $50 for the ground sheet. I do suggest, by the way, getting a ground sheet. The bottom of this tent is not terribly durable, or it doesn't seem that way, even though it's a polyester, and polyester is quite durable as a rule. This one just doesn't strike me that way. So, I mean, that's up to you. And the other beauty of having a ground sheet is because it has grommets in it, you can set up the poles and have just a fly only option, which is always very nice. So let's go over some of the things I've observed about this. Number one, just the sheer thickness of it. It's crazy. This is so heavy duty. You will not ever get wet in this tent. You will not get cold in this tent. Yeah, you know what? Come with me. This is better, I think, if I just take you and show you around firsthand. So first thing you'll notice about it is that it's terribly reminiscent of an MSR. uh, you know, it's just not a tent that looks like it's an original design. It uses shepherd hook stakes, a lot of them. 4, as you can see, 5 on each side and 2 on the vestibules. So you're looking at 12 stakes. So, and they're quite heavy shepherd hook stakes. But they do the job very well. I mean, there's nothing light about this. It's heavy duty, it's heavyweight, and it's a great tent, you know. It doesn't have, I'll bring you to this side so you can see it, but it doesn't have independent, I mean, unless I suppose you were to get a couple of more stakes. As you can see here, there's 2 separate loops to hold the 2 sides of the vestibule door open. You could hook them to the one stake and unhook them, but personally I would go and get something like that little gizmo I showed you that Z-Pack sells with the double hooks, so that you can independently open and close each side of the vestibules. There's no color coding. The aluminum poles are very thick, very thick. Like I say, this is not an ultralight tent. This tent is very stout. I just use that word because it really is, yeah. Anyways, let's have a look inside. I hope you get a good picture. Oh, it's filthy. All my tents seem to be filthy inside. Anyway, as you can see, there's only really one big pocket on each side. I did purchase another little gizmo here. It's a pocket for up top, and I clip that in. I think I purchased it, I'm not sure. I didn't strap the fly down to the poles, as you can see. I just threw this up quick to show you. It has not terribly large vestibules, and it's really hard to get a taut pitch with the vestibules. Now, I don't know, somebody else can correct me on this, whether or not polyester shrinks, or sorry, not shrinks, but stretches. I haven't noticed that it does. I've had it out in like torrential rain for 2 solid days, and I have not noticed any issues at all. What I have noticed about this tent, however, is it tends to go out of shape. The poles and the polyester itself. You really have to be mindful of when you're pitching this tent, because if you keep pitching it, say on irregular ground or whatever, eventually what's going to happen is it just seems like the material will stretch to conform to those irregular shapes. It has a very nice ground cloth. I'm very impressed with the thickness, and still not terribly heavy. You really, just like the MSRs, you really have to stake out that middle stake here on each end. You will leak badly. I've learned that the hard way. Again, you know what? This is a great tent, and for the price, you can't beat tents like this. It doesn't claim to be anything it's not. As much as it tries to compete with the MSR, it can't. Not really on any level. The MSR, the workmanship, the stitching, just the way it's configured. MSR has bigger vestibules, but it's kind of obvious when you look at it that that's what they're trying to do. They're really trying to duplicate. I think it's the Hubba Bubba. I'm not too sure, but at any rate, I bought the 3-person because this is not a tent I will ever carry alone. I will use this with somebody else and split the load, split the weight. However, it is a tent that I know I can take out anywhere, and it's like a fortress. This thing is like a fortress. I mean, you are just not going to hurt this tent in any way. There is nothing light duty about this tent. Um, Anyways, I don't know what else to tell you about it. I've had it for a while, and I've had an opportunity to uh, to use it quite a bit, and I do find it's a very good tent. I mean, I was in torrential downpour. I think it was like 6 centimeters, which is like 2 inches of rain in a matter of days, and it held up beautifully. Not one drop came inside, uh, and it was just being pelted on. And it was quite cold too. It was near freezing, so there was frost on it in the mornings, which sometimes can really break down the material when you get frost, that expansion and contraction. Um, at any rate, yeah, that's my take on it. It's the Naturehike Mongar. It comes in many materials. Well, I shouldn't say many. It comes in nylon or polyester, and it's a great value for the money. I can't fault it in any way whatsoever. Okay, thank you everybody. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe. I will try to bring you as many gear videos as I can, along with my other adventures. You can hit the bell notification icon, and you'll get notified of any new content that comes up. I'm trying to get as many in now as I can while it's not winter. Well, it's still only fall, even though it's just barely above zero right now. That's Celsius to all you Americans. Right now it's like 34 degrees, so these outdoor reviews will end soon, so I better do all the tents and any shelters I have while I can. Anyways, take care.